Let's go.
Hi there folks, I'm Gene of RPG and welcome to part 42 of Persona 5R, and yes, because I know what part it is, that means it's time for more Momentos. Yay. I've actually been dreading this part, to be perfectly honest with you, but, well, it needs to get done, so. But first things first, after finishing Madarame's palace and Kanashiro's palace opening up, we gain access to another portion of Momentos.
A new area has been confirmed in the depths. Updating guidance information.
What's this?
It sounds like we can go further down now. It's because we made Madarame's palace disappear, right?
Most likely, I think.
You seem rather uncertain. How far does this Momentos run, anyway?
It's huge. Extremely.
You're always so vague when it comes to the important stuff. It's like he's kind of flaky as our chief of operations. Don't you want him to try a bit harder, too?
The cat does good, bud.
You didn't have to add that cat part.
There.
I don't fully understand, but Momentos and the palaces are related to each other, correct? Then all we must do is continue changing the hearts of evildoers to ascertain its full expanse. I don't believe there's a need to quarrel over it.
Indeed, no need to fight over it. But, yep, we can now go further down into Momentos. And yes, that's for after Kanashiro's palace has opened up, I believe. I believe that is the stipulation. You have to actually get to Kanashiro's palace first. Which means we could have done this a while ago, but, well, I'm gonna put off going to Momentos quite a bit. While here, I made the persona Tamlin. Tamlin is a faith persona in 5R, and it's actually pretty darn good. As you can see.
You change your mind? Justine, you handle this. Done already? What? No slacking.
Of course, though, the best thing about Tamlin isn't actually the persona itself, in my opinion. It's what he turns into with the electric chair. But we'll get to that later. But yeah, all in all, pretty standard. Well, not standard, but pretty effective persona. We're still going to keep Izanagi Picaro up front, though, because I want him to get to null physical, because that's such an important skill. But we're here for a reason, and that reason is, well, to take care of requests, because they're piling up. So, let's go ahead and get to that. But I want to change outfits first, of course. So, let's see. What are we going to wear? Seven Sisters High. I want to say the Seven Sister High uniform is from Persona 2, I think. I'm pretty sure it is. I'm trying to remember, but I'm almost positive it is. It's been a long time since I've played Persona 2. And even then, I've only actually played Eternal Punishment. I haven't actually played Innocent Sin. Oh, yeah, no, that's from Persona 2. But we have several targets, such as, well, there's 3 in one area. Could have sworn I already got that, but evidently not. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's right. We went through this area before the stamps were added, so we needed to make sure that we get those before I forget. So, much like the last time we were in Momentos, this is going to be very heavily abridged. And to give you guys an idea of how long this actually took, gameplay time, this was about 3.5 hours edited down.
Then
Yes, 3.5 hours edited down to about 32 minutes. Oy. But our first target happens to be right on this very floor, and so let's get to it.
then
That still kills me. They can't just walk out of the car bus thing. That must be Ono. Oh no, it's Ono.
What the hell?
Alright, this is the cranky old man who, yeah, does stuff in Kiki Joji. Jochi? Kiki Joji? Whatever.
How unsightly.
This one is new for Persona 5R because, well, that area didn't exist in vanilla Persona 5. But because we could have done this a long time ago, this fight is not going to have anything worthwhile. In fact, that's something I can warn you guys about in this part. None of these targets are going to be even remotely difficult to beat. As you can see.
okay, guys.
As such, I don't really have a strategy for them other than just beat it up. I believe that particular kind of enemy, though, is weak to fire, if I remember right. But speaking of null physical earlier, Izanagi Picaro got null physical. And as I mentioned, null physical, super important. One of the most useful passive skills in the
I
game.
knew I was wrong.
But yeah, here we find out that this old man's actually just really lonely, and, well,
There's no other way.
he wants attention from his family and loved ones. And the only way he can think of to get it is to cause trouble. Which, I mean, he's an old man. He should know better. I mean, come on.
That's true.
Let me make it up to you.
But yes, our reward is the nuisance belt. I forget what that does. I probably show it off. I edited this part quite a while ago. In fact, at the time of this recording, I've actually got like 15 parts after this one edited and ready to go. But I need to get this one done so I can get to uploading them, because I want to have Persona 5R done before the end of Christmas. And so I've been working my butt off editing. Ambient Aid! I missed it. But I know what that ability does. It increases the chance of status conditions working when it's raining or there's some kind of weather effect going on. Also, I forgot Morgana was wearing a Trish outfit. Trish is a fairy from Persona 1, 2, and I think that's it. I don't think Trish is in any of the other Persona games. So, I don't know. I love the little outfits in Persona 5. It's nice.
Good one, Fox. Here it comes.
I'll help you finish him off.
Let's go.
Time to get a little crazy.
Stay focused.
Go for it! Thanks, ma'am.
We all did great, huh?
And yeah, I just figured, because we haven't seen it yet, that is Makoto and Ryuji's Showtime finishing move, and it's pretty cool. I think it's based off of a specific anime that I've never seen. I don't remember the name of it. I'm sure plenty of people will know in the comments. Or who are watching this video. I'm not that big into anime, I'm sorry. But anyway, our next target here is... Wait a minute, did he say you think you can blame me for what I've done?
What was that?
What? Alright, this is the Blackmailer. So this is actually a bit of a special one, a special fight, because this is an enemy that we're only going to see here. Well, actually, thinking about it, that's actually not true in 5R's case. But regardless, this is Black Frost. Goodness. We're doing this much later than we could have done it earlier, so not anything to say. But our reward for this side quest, or this side, well, I mean, that's what it is. This request, rather, is access to be able to summon Black Frost. We won't be able to for quite a long time, but eventually we will, and it's actually a really good persona. But yes, we get the key item, Evil Snow Crystal, which adds Black Frost to the fusion list. I tell you, I really hate these Momentos parts because I'm struggling to think of what to talk about. But hey, whatever. We've got one more target in this particular area, so let's get to it. Ah, that's right, though. I decided to go back to the top because on the way to that target, a fusion alarm happened, and at this point,
Do you need something?
I want to see what all we can make, fuse, whatever.
Pursue rehabilitation with
You
all
wish to
your
get
body.
registration?
As always, though, and I highly recommend it, make sure you register all your personas as soon as you go back to the Velvet Room.
You wish to register it to the
Cannot stress that enough. It's really annoying if you forget to do that.
One of my favorites. This is its powered up form.
I believe, though, this is where I find out that, yes, if we turn Tam Lin into an item, he turns into Fairy Hero Armor, which, in addition to having good defense, also adds 7 to the magic stat, and that's incredible. I'm just going to cut out the electric chair animation because of seizure stuff. But yeah, it's so good. Plus 7 to magic is nothing to take lightly.
This is the path you have walked.
That said, I believe that armor is only equipable by males, but that's not really a big deal because it's going to go on, well, on the main character, on Jean, so.
I will require the take it then. There is.
And I also fuse Anzu. Anzu is a Hierophant persona, I believe. Yeah, a Hierophant persona, which is good. And the Fusion Alarm made it have higher stats. And it's also going to change a couple of its abilities to Terror Claw and Makajama. Makajama sounds a lot like pajamas, but yeah, it's pretty good. It's an okay persona, not great though. And then I try to fuse another persona, but, well, the odds of that working twice in a row are pretty low. So, instead we get a fusion accident, and we get garbage. We get something that is way weaker than whatever it was I was trying to make before.
Now, a most unexpected
Which
turn
is
of events.
unfortunate, although it does have null physical, and that's nice. And then I go back into the Velvet Room and make the actual thing, which is Isis. Isis has been changed from Vanilla Persona 5. It is no longer immune to Bless and Curse, so it's not as good as it used to be, but it's okay. And then I also make Fuki. Fuki is going to be important later because we're going to need it for something. It's also a moderately alright persona for wind. But yeah, took that time, make some personas we're gonna need. All in all, came out pretty good. Also resummoned a lot. That +7 to magic is incredible. But we're going to stick with Izanagi Picaro. And not just because Persona 4 is still my favorite Persona game, and I have an odd amount of love for it. Anyway, let's heal up, and then we're going to get back to going after the targets. Because, oh no, we're not done. We're not done, are you kidding? Although the last one in this area is at the very bottom.
Scary.
And I believe this is the girl who is sadistic.
I should have known.
A sadist, rather. And, I don't know. Is that really doing something wrong? Well, only if the person she's being that way to doesn't want that. Which, I mean... Hey, that's none of our business.
Hold a moment.
It's all about me.
It's all about me. Something about that line always cracks me up. But yeah, we're fighting basically, I think, if I remember right, these are called Yaxini. Not that it matters. We're not going to have trouble with this either. Unlike normal Yaxini, though, I don't think that this one has the normal weakness.
All right.
I don't think. I'd have to double check, and I'm not going to do that right now, because it doesn't matter. We're, like I've been saying, we're way stronger than what this area entails. After all, we've already done Kanashiro's palace, and this area doesn't open until after you get to Kanashiro's palace. Or, I'm sorry, this area opens when you get to Madarame's palace. My mistake. It's a little hard for me to keep track, but the point is, this is an area with completely out-of-date enemies, like all of Momentos, and it makes it really boring and tedious.
What was I doing?
Yeah.
For that, though, we get a whip sword. Heck yeah. Frickin' awesome. And it's an okay weapon for on, actually. If I'll open the menu. There we go. Like I was saying, it's an okay weapon for on. Pretty powerful. If you do this earlier, then you'll probably get a lot more use out of it than I do. And yeah, now we get access to the new area because, well... because, yeah. Which we have more targets to deal with. I forget how many. And this is an important thing to note for Persona 5R. The music is slightly different. In vanilla Persona 5, the music stayed the same all throughout Momentos. And it's so much worse. It's not much better here, but at least it's different. And, oh, thank goodness, because I hate the da. I hate it so much. But our first target is on the very first floor of this new area. We're going after Odo. Odo. Isn't that... No, no. The old guy that we started the video on was Ono. So we're taking care of Ono and Odo. Oh, right. He's a store manager, isn't he? That's right. I'm gonna level with you. It's been so long since I edited the parts leading up to this one at this point, I don't remember.
What?
Then again, it really doesn't matter to me. They're just, they're cannon fodder. They're quests. Alright, so we're gonna fight what's basically Setanta. We actually have this persona ourselves. And yeah, it's going to be a little tougher than the last one, but not if it keeps trying to do physical attacks on our immune to physical persona.
I am thou.
What attack am I going to do? Pretty sure it's going to be Rising Slash. But yeah, even without the weakness, we can still handle this, no problem. I'm sorry, am I really not worthy of being the store manager? I remember now, employees aren't property, blah, 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 blah. I'm going pretty quickly here. Then again, this is something like, what, 2 hours in, 2.5 hours? And so my patience is starting to wear thin. Our reward is a gift that we can give to a confidant to get a little extra points towards increasing potentially. It's nice, I guess, but I'd rather it be something a little nicer. But we have one target left in this area, and then we're done in Momentos. That said, I think it's quite a ways down in this area. That, or else I go all the way to the end of the area. I forget. Oh, I go all the way down then, because it's just right near here. But we may as well go all the way to the bottom of the area. It'll speed things up. I'm also kind of hoping we run into Josei. Because we do have Kanashiro's Soul Crystal? Is that right? Will Seed. Will Seed, not Soul Crystal. I'm like, what? I'm like, that doesn't sound right. Anyway, there was a randomly generated stamp that we got on this floor, and then the one at the end of it. Ah, speaking of Josei.
Something about this area is creeping me out.
Alright, but this area is special. There is a heightened chance of the Reaper showing up. So, because I wanted to get rid of that, I went up a floor, and then I went right back up the stairs and came right back down. That's how you get rid of that effect. Unfortunately, that means I didn't get to talk to Josei, because Josei was gone after I did that. But I don't really feel like fighting with the Reaper right now. Our target is on this floor, however, so let's go ahead and hunt him down. Oh look, there's the entryway. If only it was that fast when you're playing.
Oh.
Yes.
The freaking laugh.
show you.
Well, hang on. Violence and crime is technically rebellion. Alright, but enough of that. This is probably the one fight that we're going to be doing as far as these requests go that could give us trouble. Mainly because this particular enemy is a variant of one that we're not going to see until much later. Although I believe this one is a weakened rendition of it, so we'll be fine. Obviously. We're going to be okay. But yeah, it is not something I'd take too lightly. We're going to instead just have Kaguya Picaro show up, and we're going to use Shining Arrows, which is freaking broken. As you can see, Shining Arrows is ridiculous.
What was I supposed to do?
This is about 3 hours in at this point, I believe. And so I was just, I was fed up. I'm like, nah, I'm done. I want this over with. That's the key to the chest in my room. They're supposed to be good thieves, right? Yeah, whatever. To burn what's inside or throw it away, I guess. Sob. Alright, and so we get the key item, Old Key. What does this do? As far as I know, nothing. And we're gonna apparently give it to his brother. And evidently Morgana knows where his house is. A lot of this doesn't make sense to me, but whatever.
All right.
Alright, we're going to keep going, though, because at this point, I want to just finish out this area. That way, when we get more requests, because, oh boy, we're going to have more requests. And unfortunately, sooner than you might think. But that way, we can just jump around pretty quickly. So, here we go.
It's somewhere.
Excellent.
Luckily, if I remember right, this area is not that big.
All right.
Evidently, I'm full of it, and we're not doing the whole entire area. That's what happens when I don't watch this in advance. But there was a fusion alarm, so we're going to go ahead and play around with fusion stuff a little bit again before we call it a part. Which I gotta say, thank goodness we're calling it a part. Sorry if this seemed a lot more disjointed. But, yeah, it's just, ugh. Although, evidently, I didn't do anything worth noting. I didn't make her do anything worth even mentioning, evidently. So, we're going to keep moving on. Hopefully, this part's coming off as okay enough, because I'm winging it here. I didn't watch the whole video in advance in preparation, even though I edited it, like I said a while ago. I edited it so long ago now, I don't remember what all's in it. Like, what all we do and when, so... yeah. But it's been a roadblock. I need to get it done and get it finished recording-wise so we can just move on. Although we have almost all the stamps for this area. And this is actually the last stamp in this area. Woo! And we made it to the last area. I already know the door's not going to open, so I think at this point I'm looking for Jose, who I find.
Oh, mister. Hey, mister.
Alright, let's find out what the Crystal of Gluttony does when it's enhanced.
Good. Oh,
And yes, because we made it to a new area of Momentos, he has more stuff available to trade for flowers. I still want money to go up. Although I do know in hindsight that increasing your reward amount also nets an awful lot more money. So that's good. You can buy blank cards. You can also buy incense as well as black things. Black item fusion things. He has pretty good stuff. You can also buy snuff souls and stuff. Very much worthwhile. I get a stamina kit for some reason. Probably because I don't really need anything, to be perfectly honest. But if you leave with your flowers, well, then you lose them, so. Yeah. With that, though, that should be just about it for this part of Persona 5R. I can't think of anything else for us to do. Although there's evidently another fusion alarm. And so I think I'm trying to decide if I'm going to mess around with that or just say screw it. Or maybe I'm just showing off our lovely persona. Well, some of them are lovely. Honestly, a lot of them are kind of outdated, but whatever. This one's important, the Sui key, because it has null ice. It's also required to make one of the Confidant's ultimate persona, if I remember correctly. So, that's good to remember. Anywho, I think that's enough for this part. I am Gene of RPG, and, well, folks, hopefully this part came out just fine, because, this has been a big roadblock for a while now, because I just haven't had it in me to to record Momentos, because I hate Momentos. It's horrible. But, anywho, I'm Gene of RPG. I made a Windamp card, because that's going to be super swell. Can't go wrong with that. And I will see you guys next time for more Persona 5R, where we're back to live commentary, and, well, it's actually a lot more interesting. I'll see you guys then.
this persona.